So with this update, we have the Convoy mode coming back. I personally was hoping for Airship Escort, as I think it is a much better game mode, which we're going to talk about in this video. There's some issues with Convoy. We're going to be playing Schlieffen first, a pretty obvious choice for this game mode, where we want to be pushing in and brawling it out, not just with the enemy team, but with the enemy escorted ships. This is the issue, I think, with this game mode, that the escorted ships are just a little too squishy and easy to take out. As the team attacking these escorted ships, it's just very simple to push in. Sure, you might even die, but with a Schlieffen, with all this secondary power, torpedoes and that, you're gonna kill these ships. And the routes on a lot of these maps make several paths very, very easy to get to. Here on Two Brothers, this left side path is very, very easy with a lot of the island cover here, and the spawns really make it difficult for the defending team, the ones escorting these ships, to fully protect them in a lot of cases. I can understand having everyone spawn spread out across the map, giving you more map control being a good idea, but I mean, just look at how we're able to walk in here and just take these ships out. It's really too easy. I think maybe Wargaming should take a look at the spawn locations, maybe the number of ships allowed in this game mode. Maybe it should be 9v9, and the defending ships, the ones escorting these convoys, should spawn clumped up with the convoys. That way, they have more firepower right next to these ships, allowing for them to take out any aggressive ships like my Schlieffen here, just full sending it in, trying to take out the escorted ships. I don't know. It just seems a little bit too easy from the attacker's perspective, the ones going after the convoy. At least on some of these maps. I haven't played every map, but I have not played it all the way through. It's only been one day so far when I'm making this video that I've actually played the convoy. And to be fair, I have had wins while defending. Those really came down to out-aggressing the enemy team, I suppose, really trying to take the fight to the enemy team, not allowing them to even spot our convoys. That really was the best way. But on this map, well, you're going to see that we just take full control over this left side of the map. Two Brothers often is split like this, and that's fine in a standard battle or even a domination game where one team gets the left half, one team gets the right half, and you kind of move around the center, and that's okay because the control points are not moving and easily taken out. The problem here is this Liberty ship here and the other ships from this convoy, now that we have this whole left side under our control, are totally wide open. And yes, that is a misplay, quote unquote, from the enemy team, but they're just doing on the right side what I would have been doing in these games that I've managed to actually win, which is playing aggressive and taking a ton of space on the map. But unfortunately for them, we did manage to walk all over them here, and that does leave these convoy ships wide open. This is the main reason I think Airship Escort is just a way better game mode. It's because the airships can't be destroyed. They're only slowed down. That's the idea that a lot of games have when there's an objective to be pushed towards an end goal. I don't play games like Overwatch or, for example, but I know there's a game mode there where you're tasked with pushing an objective forward. Team Fortress 2 obviously also has that one. And, well, that objective can't be destroyed for a very good reason, and that's that the defending team, the ones that want to prevent these objectives from being pushed forward, would just destroy them very, very quickly. And so I think Convoy could be interesting. I just don't think it can be played in the same way that an Airship Escort game or just a normal standard or domination game would be played based on spawns and based on number of ships. I just think that this is too easy for this attacking team. And this map is a great example as well. Often these routes are designed to go right into enemy territory in such a way that it's almost a suicide rush for the enemy team. And we all know that pushing in makes you have a massive disadvantage in this game. It's humongous, the difference between a team that's kiting or holding an area and the team that is actually forced to push in. This is the whole concept behind competitive. Those of you that do watch Kings of the Sea or maybe play clan battles, you guys know that's what this game really is about at its core. It's forcing the enemy team to push into you because that's such a massive disadvantage for whoever is forced to push in. And this game mode forces you to push in very early into a lot of enemy ships in some very unoptimal ways. Now, I know throughout this video I've been pretty hard on this game mode, but I'll be honest with you, I did have some fun while playing this game mode. There is enjoyment to be had here. I just think with a few tweaks, it could be a lot better. Thinking about convoys in real life, which is not something I want to do, by the way. I typically don't enjoy the arguments or the thought that video games need to match up with real life, because that tends not to make a very fun game. But in this case, I think it would make the game more fun. Wouldn't a convoy be protected by the ships, right? Why would you spawn your defending ships, the ones escorting the convoy, half the map away from them? Right? Wouldn't they all spawn together? Wouldn't you go with them? Sure, you got to push through some uncomfortable areas, but if you have a numbers advantage there, maybe it would work out a little bit better. So that, I think, would be a great change that Wargaming could make to this game mode to make it more interesting and more fun to play without just copying Airship Escort, right? It'd be very easy to say, oh, just make the convoys invulnerable, make them immune to damage, and then force the team to be next to them to speed them up, and oh, suddenly we just have Airship Escort again. And I do like the idea of having different game modes. I do love the creativity and the attempt at keeping the game fresh. I just think that we should be looking for ways to make it a little bit easier on the defending team, the ones that are escorting these ships. Because here, this Shikishima on our team gets aggressive, and you guys know I really enjoy playing aggressive, so if I see a teammate going in, well, I'll just go in with them. And on this map, specifically in this area, it is extremely powerful to push in right now. The enemy escorted ships are forced to cross our path at like 5 to 10 kilometers. Of course, we're going to take them out very easily. Secondaries, torps, all that. And the best part here is this volcano is preventing a lot of the enemy defending ships from even being able to shoot back at us. It's just very difficult on the escorting teams. And I have one as the team escorting, but it just feels a little bit awkward and not quite as polished as it could be. But you guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Have you been playing this Escort game mode? Have you been enjoying it? Like I said, I have actually been enjoying this game mode. I do find it quite enjoyable. Ships like the Schlieffen are obviously going to do pretty well. Things like Jinan are surprisingly terrifying, or maybe not surprisingly. The Deepwater Torps are pretty scary. Vincent here with 30,000 damage single launch Torps are pretty hilarious as well. There is fun to be had, and I do enjoy any sort of game mode that is focused on brawling, getting people closer, pushing in. I think the game is more fun when the ranges are just reduced over what standard random battles has. I just want the game, or this game mode, to be as good as it possibly can be. And right now, I do think there are a few flaws that are just holding it back a little bit. In this case, well, this game is going to be over very quickly. And I don't like blowouts simply because it doesn't feel like there's a lot of action involved in blowouts. Here, at least, we're getting some action. It's just over a little too quickly, I think, is the problem. That last Liberty ship is really undefended completely. And the enemy team has done a decent job on the other flank here, just real quick to point this out, of gaining map control around the final destination of these escorted ships. That's something that probably needs to happen as well to win as the defending team, the ones escorting these ships. But because they did so well on that flank, maybe they had more ships there, they weren't quite able to defend these ships as they crossed through this very open and easy to attack channel. And ultimately, that's why this game ends very abruptly here as the enemy team loses their final Liberty ship. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. And hopefully Wargaming can fix up this game mode a little bit. A few tweaks, and I think it could be great. But overall, just bring back Airship Escort. It was basically perfect the way it was.